Hi, this is K. Subbarao. Welcome to KSR Biology. I am going to teach you +2 Biology. The first unit is Reproduction. It consists of 4 chapters and it carries 8 to 10 questions in Neet, that is nearly 40 marks. The first chapter is Reproduction in Organisms. The Panchen Lama was born in November 1904. P. Maheshwari. So was born in November 1904 in Rajasthan. He rose to become one of the most distinguished botanists not only of India but of the entire world. The Panchen Lama rose to become one of the most important or most significant or most distinguished botanists not only of India but of entire world. Right. He worked on embryological aspects and popularized He worked on embryological aspects and also used the embryological characters in taxonomy. He also established the Department of Botany as an important center for embryology and tissue culture at the University of Delhi. He was honored with the Fellowship of Royal Society of the London and Indian National Science Academy and other several institutions for excellence or of his excellence. So if you look at our surrounding, we are going to find out different organisms. Each and every organism can survive up to a certain period of time. The period from birth to natural death of an organism represents its lifespan. Yes, what is the lifespan? The period from birth to natural death of an organism represents its lifespan. Yes. Now we will discuss some organisms and their average lifespans. Organisms and their lifespans. Yes. So, mayfly, 1 day. Butterfly, 1 to 2 weeks, and rice plant 1 year, and these are also called annual plants. So here you may get a doubt, what is annual plant? The plants which can complete their life cycle within 1 year, those are called annual plants. What are annual plants? The plants which can complete their life cycle within 1 year, those are called annual plants. And so beetroot, carrot, radish. So these are all biennial plants or 2 years. So what are biennial plants? The plants which can complete their life cycle within 2 years, those are called biennial plants. And tribulus, it can complete its life cycle within 6 to 8 weeks. So these plants are also called ephemerals. So what are ephemeral plants? The plants which can complete their life cycle within few weeks, those are called ephemerals. What are ephemerals? The plants which can complete their life cycle within few minutes, those are called within few weeks, those are called ephemeral plants. And rose, If we take rose, so it can complete its life cycle 2 to 5 years, hence it is also called perennial plants. So what are perennial plants? The plants which can complete their life cycle, so within several years, those are called perennial plants. Banana, so perennial, banana perennial, and banyan tree. This banyan tree also perennial, so its lifespan nearly 300 to 500 years. Fruit fly, 1 month. Fruit fly 1 month, mayfly 1 day. So human beings, the lifespan is 70 to 80 years. Horse, 40 years. Cow, 22 to 25 years. Dog, 22 to 25 years. After dog, elephant, 70 years. Deer, 10 years. Leopard, 17 years. Hummingbird, 8 years. Rabbit, 9 years. Crocodile, 60 years. Tortoise, 100 to 150 years. So these are the different organisms and their average lifespans. But so based on these lifespans, which type of questions they are going to ask in Neet or CET or any common entrance exams? The first thing they may ask, find out the mismatch among the following. That means, so they will give 4 options. The first, deer, or else see, fruit fly. The lifespan they will give, so 1 month, and mayfly, 1 day. Deer, 20 years. Crocodile, 60 years. But out of these 4, so which is mismatched one? Fruit fly, we know that 1 month. Mayfly, 1 day. But deer, what is the lifespan of deer? 10 years. But what they given? 20 years. So which is mismatched? So this is mismatched. Our answer is D. Like this, they will ask the questions. And another type of questions. So what is the another type of question? So arrange the organisms in ascending order based on their average lifespans. They will give different organisms and we have to arrange their order in ascending order, so based on their average lifespans. And another type of questions, which type of question? So identify the odd one among the following. Sir, how we have to find out the odd ones? See, if you see the odd one, first they will give dog and rabbit and cow and banana. Among these, so which is the odd one? The odd one is banana. Why? What is the reason? Dog, rabbit and cow, these 3 are animals, but banana is a plant. So which is the odd one? Banana is odd one. So like these questions they will ask based on organisms and their average lifespans. So just now we discussed different organisms and their average lifespans. So whatever the organisms we discussed in this, the average lifespan started from 1 day to many years. Yes. So fruit fly, if you take the fruit mayfly, its lifespan is 1 day. So fruit fly 1 month, and if you take the banyan tree lifespan is nearly 300 to 500 years. That's what the lifespans ranges from 1 day to several years. Clear? Yes. Now the lifespans of the size of the organisms are not necessarily correlated with their lifespans. The size of the organisms are not necessarily correlated with their lifespans. So if you take the parrot lifespan is 140 years and crow lifespan is 15 years. So the size of organisms are not necessarily correlated with their sizes. Yes, how we can say that? For example, the parrot lifespan is 140 years, crow lifespan is 15 years. So but they are more or less similar in their size. There is no much difference in their size, but they shows great difference in their lifespan. Similarly, the mango tree has a much shorter lifespan as compared to peepal tree. Mango tree and peepal tree, their sizes are more or less similar, but they shows great difference in their lifespans. Whatever be the lifespan of an organism, the death of an organism is a certainty except single cell organisms. Whatever be the lifespan of an organism, death of an individual organism is a certainty except single cell organisms. That means the single cell organisms are immortal. Single cell organisms are immortal. Sir, why single cell organisms are immortal? Is there any reason? Yes. See, each and every single cell organisms divides and produce the new offsprings. Right now, so that the parental bodies get distributed among offsprings. So the single cell organisms are immortal. That means they do not have any natural death. Why? What is the reason? The single cell organisms divides and produce new individuals or progenies or offsprings. By this way, the parental bodies get distributed among offsprings. Hence, the single cell organisms are immortal. How? See, if we take the prokaryotic organisms like bacteria, yes, in case of bacteria, so this is bacteria, and in bacteria genetic material is located in a particular region that is called nucleoid, and we know that the bacteria is divided by binary fusion. So this is the parental cell. When this parental cell divides, as a result, it can produce two progenies or daughter cells or offsprings. Yes, this is one bacteria and this is one bacteria. So these two bacterial cells grow, mature, and in turn produce another two bacteria. So by this way, the parental body, this is the parental body, this parental body get distributed into offsprings, and these offsprings grow, mature, and again reproduce by cell division, so that it can produce again two individuals, and these progenies again grow and mature, again reproduce. So the parental bodies get distributed among offsprings, so that the unicellular organisms are immortal. That means they do not have natural death. Yes, vast number of the plants and animals have been existed on the earth right now. So for several thousands of the year, they are multiplied their number by a specialized process that is called reproduction. Yes, if you look at our surrounding, we can find out a vast number of the plants and animals have been existed on the earth for several thousands of years right now. So they are multiplied by a specialized process that is called reproduction. Now, what is reproduction? Yes, reproduction is a biological process in which organism give rise offsprings or young ones similar to itself. What is reproduction? So reproduction is a biological process by which organism give rise young ones or offsprings or progenies similar to itself, that is called reproduction. But here, so the reproduction is a cyclic process. Sir, how you can say that reproduction is a cyclic process? In reproduction, it is a continuous process. Here, so organism produce the offsprings and these offsprings grow, mature and in turn produce the new individuals. Hence, it is a cyclic process. What is the major function of this reproduction? The reproduction enables the continuity of the species generation after generation. Reproduction enables the continuity of the species generation after generation. Yes, there is a large diversity in biological world. Each and every organism have evolved its special mechanism how to reproduce. But the reproduction is depends on different factors. Organism habitats and its internal physiology and several other factors are collectively responsible how an organism is going to multiply its number. Right. But based on the involvement of organism in reproductive process, based on the involvement of organism, either one organism or two organism in the reproductive process, the reproduction is of two types. One is asexual reproduction and the second one is sexual reproduction. And the second one is sexual reproduction. Yes, what is asexual reproduction? When offsprings are produced by a single parent with or without involvement of the gamete formation, that is called asexual reproduction. What is asexual reproduction? When offsprings are produced by a single parent with or without involvement of the gametes formation, that is called asexual reproduction. Sir, what about sexual reproduction? Yes, when two parents are opposite sex involved in the reproductive process and also fusion of male and female gametes, that is called sexual reproduction. Yes, in a sexual reproduction, only one parent is involved. Whatever the progenies are formed in a sexual reproduction, they are morphologically and genetically identical to their parents and among themselves. The morphologically and genetically identical offsprings are produced through asexual reproduction. Those are called clones. Yes, what is a clone? So, the morphologically and genetically identical offsprings are produced through asexual reproduction. Those are called clones. Now, characteristics of the asexual reproduction. What are the major characteristics of the asexual reproduction? The first one, the single individual involved in this process. Only one individual involved in the reproductive process. Right now, the cell division may be amitosis or mitosis. Cell division is either mitosis or amitosis. Whatever the progenies are formed through this reproduction, they are identical to their parent. And it is a rapid mode of multiplication. One more thing, it is a rapid mode of multiplication. And the opposite sexes are not involved in this process. That means in asexual reproduction. So these are the major characteristics of asexual reproduction.